Dorothy and Sophia settle in for their customary evening ritual on the lanai, a fiercely competitive game of gin rummy. Dorothy, determined to break her 30-year losing streak against her mother, shuffles the cards with laser focus. Sophia, half asleep on her walker but utterly confident, reminds Dorothy of every prior defeat with playful gloating. 30 years, Dorothy, and I've never even let you shuffle the deck. The warm glow of the tropical sunset spills over the pastel furniture, underscoring the absurdity of two octogenarians battling over a card game. As Dorothy catches a lucky streak, Sophia's scoffing turns into playful protests. She accuses Dorothy of witchcraft rather than skill. Blanche drifts onto the lanai in a jeweled blouse, sipping a martini, and teases them both. If you girls don't let me win once in a while, you'll turn me into a nun. Laughter fills the air, but Dorothy's eyes dart toward the hallway when she hears Blanche's next request, signaling that tonight's competition may be postponed. Blanche steps off the lanai with dramatic flair. Her current beau, Jeffrey Peterson, loves Rose's baking so much that he's brought his brother Arnie to Miami, and Arnie won't go out unless Blanche can bring a date for Jeffrey. With a mock sigh, Blanche smooths her hair and peers at Dorothy. Teach, you're always sharp. Care to join me? But Dorothy, clutching her winning hand of cards, refuses, determined not to abandon her triumph. Sophia snorts from her recliner. She'd rather shuffle cards than shuffle too close to Blanche's skirt. Undeterred, Blanche turns to Rose in the kitchen. Rose, still humming St. Olaf hymns, hesitates. She hasn't dated since her husband Charlie's passing 15 years ago. Blanche flashes her most seductive smile. Honey, all you need is practice. Jeffrey's brother Arnie is charming. Rose fidgets with her apron strings and tries to inject coconut macaroons into the conversation. But Blanche's high-heeled persuasion wins out. Rose agrees to be her escort, stepping gingerly into a flirtation long overdue. That evening, at a swanky Miami bistro, Blanche and Rose arrive arm in arm. Jeffrey is a handsome but tedious dinner companion. He drones on about golf handicaps, while Arnie, seated across from Rose, listens intently to her small-town tales. Rose's warm laugh rings out as she describes St. Olaf's annual ugly sweater snowball, and Arnie leans closer, intrigued by her sweetness. Blanche rolls her eyes at Jeffrey's monotony, but raises her glass to Rose's obvious connection with his brother. Mid-meal, Arnie and Rose share shy glances over their salads. Rose, flushing, nearly drops her fork. Everywhere, Dorothy and Sophia watch from a nearby table. Dorothy raises an eyebrow in approval, while Sophia mutters, I knew that girl had spirit. As the check arrives, Arnie pays with a gallant flourish and asks Rose if she'd like a nightcap, but Rose hesitates, uncertain if she's ready to step beyond polite company into romance. Back at the apartment, Blanche rails at Rose's timidity. He's practically begging for your company. Go up and meet him on the roof deck. Buoyed by Blanche's encouragement, Rose tiptoes to the rooftop bar. The breeze stirs her hair as Arnie greets her with a warm smile. They share stories of past loves. Rose reveals how she and Charlie sang silly duets in their living room, while lights of South Beach glitter below. Their laughter echoes under the moonlit palms as Arnie draws his chair close. Rose feels her heart race. She's both thrilled and terrified. Arnie gently takes her hand and asks her to promise just one thing, to share a slow dance with him. Rose nods, the tension melting away as they sway softly to a jazz trio stationed in the corner, discovering that first date magic she thought she'd lost. The next morning, Rose arrives bleary-eyed with an invitation. Arnie has booked passage for them on an upcoming Caribbean cruise, and he hopes she'll join him in the same stateroom. Rose's face pales. She remembers Charlie's memory more vividly than ever, and fears any further intimacy would feel like betrayal. Her breath catches as she pictures Blanche's enthusiastic bon voyage and Dorothy's gentle, "You should go," but her heart clenches at the thought. Alone in her room, Rose stares at a framed photo of Charlie, whispering apologies into the mirror. She steels herself to tell Arnie she cannot. Outside, the others notice her absence, and Blanche races back upstairs. In a tender confrontation, Blanche reminds Rose that love honors memory rather than diminishes it. Dorothy and Sophia join in, each sharing a brief confession of first times and letting go. Rose listens, tears glinting, and finally allows herself to hope. That evening, Rose knocks on Blanche's door with a trembling smile. Clutching her sundress train, she announces she'll go on the cruise and face whatever comes next. Arnie embraces her, relief clear in his eyes, as Blanche toasts on the lanai with martinis raised high. Dorothy nudges Sophia, who grins and hollers, "To Rose's new chapter, may it be scandalous." They all head downstairs to Blanche's convertible, the girls piled in for a celebratory joyride. Rose sits between Dorothy and Sophia, glancing at Arnie in the front seat. And for the first time since the cruise invitation, she feels the butterflies in her stomach anew. Laughter ripples through the car as the camera pulls back, leaving viewers with the promise that love and life can surprise you at any age.